I'm coming to you from Evolved Custom Rod Shops, showing you a how-to video. Here we have some cork grips. As you can see, they're pretty worn and tattered. These are some old wireline trolling rods. Today we're going to be using plastic wood to fill in all these cracks and voids in the cork grip. One important thing to note, golden oak is generally the color of cork. It won't match these perfectly because of the age and the wear on these, but that's okay. Once that customer starts to handle these, it will go back to its natural state. So to spread the plastic wood on, the easiest way to do that is a putty knife, a butter knife. I'm using a popsicle stick. Basically what you're trying to do is press it down into all these crevices. You're trying to fill all the voids in the grip. And if you have some fall on your bench like that, just leave it. Don't even worry about picking it up. You can go back and pick it up later. But I'm literally just trying to get a nice even coat. I have a lot to fill in here, so this is going to take a little bit of this to fill in. A little bit about the product. If it starts to dry up, you can add a little bit of acetone to get it back to the right consistency. Dry time according to the can is 15 minutes. That means you can sand after 15 minutes. And I verified this, that's true. Obviously, if you have a big, thick portion, it might take a little bit longer to dry. But in that case, I'd almost do it in layers. You can see me, once I get done with this, that I actually ended up doing one more layer because missed a couple spots, or after sanding something needed to be retouched up. At this point you could probably put some tape on your reel seat to protect it. I didn't put the tape on until I started sanding, but I recommend you probably should do it beforehand. So I'm using my regular sanding cloth. This stuff is about 220 grit. I would probably, given the thickness of the coat that I put on here, I would probably go as strong as 150 grit to work it down, just because these grips were so bad. But if you take your time, this stuff will work. The sanding cloth will work. The nice thing about the sanding cloth is it doesn't get bound up like sandpaper. What I'm looking for now is just making it nice and smooth. I know some guys go up through the grits 400, 600. I don't think that's really necessary. What we need is a smooth, even surface. Just trying to get all the high spots. You'll be able to see the high spots, especially on these grips, because the plastic wood's a different color than the actual cork that's on there. So it's super simple. Even if you had some newer looking grips, I still think you'll be able to tell just fine. I'm going to show you something here that really starts the magic. What I was doing was wetting some alcohol on the paper towel to see what it looked like damp. But this next step here really made a huge difference as far as the overall look. Sand lengthwise down the grip. This really blends everything together and really makes it look nice. You can get the high spots by spinning the lathe up, but this right here made it look uniform across the grip. Cleared up any dark spots, made it look really good. So I'm really happy with that. There are a couple voids that I want to clear up now, so I'll do this one more time. And basically, we'll only be using a very small amount after this, because I'm just getting the voids over here and on the ends. And I believe there was one somewhere in the middle, but it was so small. So I didn't need a whole lot. We're back for another turn. We're just going to sand down these other parts that I did. Same thing with this. If you blend it by going lengthwise, it's absolutely amazing what happens. There are many other ways to finish cork as well. This is only one of them. If I can post some links in the description, the Custom Rod Builders Guild had a great way of redoing and fixing cork grips. Very detailed, and the idea behind theirs was replacing the cork. I didn't want to do that here, though I could have done it pretty easily. I just thought it would be a lot easier to try this technique and refinish, and also see what the results are like. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. Once you get it to a nice even color and you're happy with everything, wipe the dust off, make sure you're clean, make sure there's no bumps. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some Cork Seal. And with the Cork Seal, I'll be able to seal everything up. Now the plastic wood accepts stains, it accepts sealers, it accepts all that, so that's not a problem. What I'm doing here is just using my standard rod building brush and brushing it on. Not doing anything in particular. The one thing I am going to do though is after I get a nice even coating across the grip, I'm going to go back with my paper towel and I'm going to take off any excess. Not by wiping the paper towel on the grip, but pulling the brush across the heavier spots of the Cork Seal. All you need is a small little smooth layer across the top of these grips. You don't need anything special. So now what I'm doing is where I see excess, I'm just going to wipe it off with the brush. You don't want to leave those white chunks on there. They'll dry and it looks nasty. One coat's all you need. You cannot put a second coat on because it will not penetrate. Guys, I hope you found this video useful. You can see this grip looks 100 times better than it did. Please like and subscribe for more videos. I got a lot of stuff in the pipeline that I'm working on. Thanks for watching.